Perhaps going to be another year until we hear anything about the next Grand Theft Auto. Of course, they've confirmed that it's coming out in May 2026. And while we're waiting for that amazing game, apparently there was one that was just out right now. It's called MindsEye, and this is a first official debut, an ambitious debut from Build a Rocket Boy studio, a studio that was founded by Leslie Benzies, the former president of Rockstar North, and one of the creative forces behind the Grand Theft Auto series. And this reputable merit alone seems to have carried most of the hype behind this new game that's called MindsEye. It was positioned as this genre-blending action-adventure game with some strong narrative elements and a focus on user-generated content. MindsEye promised to be a groundbreaking experience that would rival anything at a cinematic scale and even compete with the AAA titles like Cyberpunk 2077 or even Watch Dogs. And there was a lot of pre-release hype that was really driven by Leslie and the studio promising all this innovation for the storytelling, the open world design, real-time player interactions. There was all these trailers that showcased high-end visuals, complex AI systems, yada, yada, yada. However, upon its release on June 10th of this month, MindsEye quickly devolved into a cautionary tale of, once again, don't believe the hype. Instead of delivering on its promise, the game was marred by major technical failures. There was performance instability, persistent crashes, AI glitches, and an overall lack of polish. This game looked like it was just completely rushed out the door. It's a rushed piece of product that gamers have been giving really big negative feedback towards. All these problems even quickly overshadowed any of the game's creative ambitions, if there was any. And within just a few days, the developer found itself in a full damage control mode. I've seen some of the reviews for it, and a lot of them say this is not worth the hype. It's undercooked, it's underbaked, it's underdeveloped, and it has a lot of issues across all platforms. Gameplay-wise, even now, the developers are throwing in their first hotfix patch. While these are all important steps, the developers have admitted that restoring the performance and stability will require a long-term effort and continued community feedback. If you knew the game had performance issues, why did you roll it out? Of course, the developers can only have so much power. It definitely comes out of the executive's decision to put out a game like this when it's unpolished and unfinished. I know developers never want to put a product out there in the market that is bad. It always comes down to the executives who think, okay, there's no action-adventure open-world game right now at this time of season. We can take advantage of that. Let's release it, and we'll fix it later. We'll fix it in post. And that type of mentality is not good, especially if this is the first debut for a studio like this that's supposed to leave a great impression to potential gamers. And if this is how it starts off, if this is the disastrous launch that they went for, I'm telling you, this studio might just shut down and never release another game again. And if they do, if they can fix this and come out of it, with the studio still open and still is able to make another project, it's gonna leave a huge, terrible stain on their track record. Gamers don't forget these things. They will remember all the mistakes that you have made. And if they even come out with a new game, gamers are going to be very hesitant about what they're being showcased for. The reputation of a studio is just as important as the quality of the experience that you're giving to your customers, especially gamers who, believe me, we're the most entitled, critical customers out there. And we're very vocal, we're very expressive, and we expect our experiences that we pay top dollar for. This game, by the way, is $60. Needs to be top-notch because we compare it to other products of the same price. And if it doesn't deliver, it doesn't keep to those promises, and if it's not worth the hype, we're going to come back, and we're going to come back lashing out in a bad way. And adding to the chaos was a collapse in the game's marketing momentum. Several high-profile sponsored live streams were abruptly canceled, some at the last minute. Prominent streamer Carnage recounted how his MindsEye stream was pulled just as it was about to begin after his team was contacted by the sponsor to reschedule due to the game's poor reception. Another streamer, Dark Viper AU, struggled to even maintain composure during a sponsored stream, reporting laughing uncontrollably at the game's bugs. This has gone past the point of embarrassing. You knew this game had issues, you rolled it out, and you even had sponsored streams where these content creators are literally laughing at your flawed product. I don't know if this studio is going to even survive this. And no matter how much they are going to promise to fix it, to be transparent in their communication, to deliver on all the things that they promised and marketed for this game before the game came out, I think the damage has been done. Honestly, no amount of damage control can fix this. And it's perhaps one of this year's worst games. And this is another cautionary tale, another case study on why you should never pre-order games and always check reviews before you buy them. Please, we as customers always forget our buying power, and we should always take a moment to think before we buy impulsively. So check the reviews for MindsEye. If it's really up your alley, if you think this is what you want to play, go for it. But is it the next revolutionary GTA killer? Not really. Have you seen the reviews, the gameplay? Have you been playing it yourself? Let me know. Join the conversation and share your thoughts and opinion. Would love to hear from you guys.